Biafra 2.0. This is it. I titled this video file, I would rather be. I would rather be a Biafran than anything else at this stage in my life. After I got that text from you, and I'm replying to you directly, that the people in Akwa Ibom say I'm a thing of shame, I laughed. I said to myself, what would you rather me have done? Would you rather me have joined politics, quietly rise up the ranks, and then loot the money of the people? Loot it enough to the point that there's nothing left. Millions and millions of dollars in hidden vaults underground. Sometimes the looted money by itself burst into fire based on combustion and the low quality of the materials used to make the money. Would you have rather me be that person? I'm very rich. I have a wife who honors me and loves me so much because I've stolen so much money from the state. Keep it on the ground. Feed you and feed everybody. Would you have rather me be that person? Because since I was born, I've never touched money from the federal government of Nigeria before. I've never looted one kobo of any money related to the people in my lifetime. Would you have rather me be the person who went about getting close to politicians in Akwa Ibom State and bent over and had other men have sex with me because I want to be a big boy with a fleet of cars and money? Other men having sex with men. It wasn't necessarily about love. It was about fulfilling, waiting the juju where he's supposed to carry win election. Tell him say he must do. So to conclude the juju, men had to have sex with men. And some men became wives of men during the time that there was so much money in the Jonathan Goodluck era. Would you have rather me do that than to be a Biafran? Just because of money. Would you have rather me be the kind of person that took a baby, a brand new baby, put the brand new baby inside a pistol, and they pound the baby like they're pounding crayfish to put in soup, and they scrape the remains of a brand new baby out of a pistol and put it into soup, and I eat it with incantations, and I win election, and I make so much money, and people respect me and bow for me, and I walk around? No, because all these people, these different cases I'm mentioning, there's no shame. They are honorable men. Would you have rather me be that than for me to just announce and say, I'm a Biafran, and I just want to be part of a movement to free people from something that is no more working? Would you rather me be that? Sure, they came to you and told you that I have become a thing of shame from Akwa Ibom State, that I'm not worth your while, my time. Because here in United States, I should have, kept quiet, made a lot of money, have some class, be honorable. Nnamdi Kanu, who left London, he was living in London. He could have also been just a quiet guy, keep his honor, make his pounds, be honorable, just remain in London and enjoy his life. How much more better am I than him? I mean, he sacrificed his life. He sacrificed everything, his peace in London and everything. Do you really think that Nnamdi Kanu is someone who would knowingly want his name to be in the bad books of the Nigerian government? And, just for no reason, for something he doesn't, like just his name to be there as a rascal, as an nincompoop, as just anybody, just someone who has lost his way. If he wasn't somebody who truly believed in the vision that he has. If that kind of a man can sacrifice his peace, sacrifice everything around him to pursue a vision that puts him in exile from his own homeland and keeps him far away, then who am I? Who am I? Oh, I've brought shame to you in Akwa Ibom State. I've brought shame to everybody back there. Would you rather me have been the kind of guy that staged those parties, fly in women from different parts of the world, South Africa also, only to have maybe one of them disappear and they don't return back in the plane. And then when they disappear like that, I become richer and richer and win more elections. Would you rather me have been that person? Would you rather me have been the person whereby I have tentacles everywhere? I've sworn in several churches, so-called churches. In my payroll, I have more than 20 babalawo and more than 30 juju men. Herbalists full my payroll. At least I have a team of 200 people, pastors stroke herbalists, all praying on one thing for me to become a commissioner or something. And then I finally became one. And I walk around, and you could go around telling people about me, and then you'll have your honor or whatever it is. Would that have been more honorable to you? The Bible says that Moses left the palace and the comfort of the palace, and he went into the desert. And for a time, he served in the desert. Then God brought him up to go and save some people. And he went and saved those people and took them away. But there always is a time in a man's life when he has to make a choice. There was a time when, because Akwa Ibom people, you people are like, any small thing is a thing of shame. When they caught them, they kind of put him in prison. Oh, he's so what a shame. Shame, man of shame, shame, shame. Nothing supposed to happen, person. But when Joseph was put into prison, is that not the same Bible you guys are holding? When Joseph was put in the prison and they pulled him out and he became prime minister of Egypt. Oh, because his story ended nicely and he still ended up being up there. You guys don't care about the process. You guys don't care about the situation. All you guys care about is that every person must be up there, successful. Or at least he should be a medical doctor or a lawyer or an engineer. I myself, I am an engineer. I am a QA, an automation QA engineer. Is that not enough? Oh, I'm now a thing of shame because I say I identify with Biafra. Because I identify with something that would save people's lives. Because I identify with a set of people who've been totally marginalized and destroyed. Oyibo left their country and started to identify with the South African struggle. People from all over the world identified with the American civil rights movement. People identified with the struggle for the Israel to be independent, even though they were not Israelites. People have identified from time immemorial struggles that is outside their place of birth, that is outside their place of origin. Why is my own case the case of a shame or a thing of shame now to Akwa Ibom people? Oh, he's identified with Igbo people. He's identified with Biafra, so therefore he's a thing of shame. Really? Really? Do any of you know my life anyway? Have you ever been in my shoes before? Do you know what it is like to be in a position where a gate was opened? 6 people passed through that gate and then the gate was locked against you. And the 6 people keep on moving on as if it doesn't concern them. It's none of their business. Do you know what that thing feels like? And the Igbos are going through that now. The Igbos can never produce a president. The Igbos can never be allowed into sensitive positions in government. The Igbos can never have infrastructure in their states. The Igbos have been betrayed. The Igbos, that is, never have I seen a tribe that is like being set down for extermination in a country, being heavily marginalized. Oh, but because it's okay with Akwa Ibom people, I should just move on and behave like, oh, since it hasn't happened to me. Since it hasn't happened to me. What would you have rather me be? Oh, the guy that has sworn onto some demon. And so I'm bringing in money. I've taken some person's daughter and gone and slept with her and transferred something demonic into her body like a snake or so. I made a lot of money from it. So that you'll be proud of me. What would you have rather identified with me as? Like I said, I've never put my hand before and touched 1 kobo of Nigerian government money. Would you have identified with me more better as like, that's the one we have that, you know, became all these people who've become They were poor. Is it normal in your opinion? Let's be honest. That a man is poor, stark poor, like church rat poor, then he becomes rich once he became commissioner. Is that normal in your opinion? Is that his salary? Is it normal in your opinion that a man who before he was stark poor, then immediately he becomes governor, he becomes rich? Is that really his salary? Just because what is abnormal has become normal in Nigeria, does it make it a thing of honor? Some people have become overlords. When money comes into the state, they must go and send them their share. Like as if they killed a goat in the village and they're sending the share of the goat to different people. Would you rather me have risen up to that point where I'm that kind of a person? Once money enters Akwa Ibom State, they must call my name and say, make sure you take a share to him or there'll be no rest. There'll be no peace. Oh, because I've sat down and I innocently identify with someone like Nnamdi Kanu who lived in London like I'm living here, and he forsake everything of his life. And I look at him and I say, if that man can forsake everything, then who am I? Because I'm sitting here and I say, I know what it feels like to be marginalized. And so I want to identify with people who are marginalized. I know what it feels like to be rejected. And I want to identify with people who are rejected. So now I'm useless. I'm a thing of shame to Akwa Ibom State. So be it. So be it. And I appreciate the text that you sent to me. I appreciate everything you sent to me. But at the end of the story, at least I've got myself involved with something that is far greater than me. If you want to know purpose in life, it's not just about you driving your cars, having a big house, bragging that my child or my daughter or my uncle or my auntie is this or that, wearing clothes and holding your shoulders up like you're better than everybody else. It is by grace that we are what we become. But the greatest ideal of a man, be it Nelson Mandela, be it Martin Luther King, be it any man who has a history of standing up for other men, is the spirit of altruism. The spirit in which you serve humanity. That's the greatest thing of all. Not what has happened in Nigeria, where poverty has made everybody to be so greedy, and down to the pastors, down to everybody. Everybody's looking for just their own road, their own way, so that someone can, you guys have no more humanity in you. Someone can be killed and you drive your cars and pass by, as long as it is not me. Whole neighborhoods can be wiped out by Fulani men. It doesn't matter to you as long as it is not me. Keep quiet and go your way. You guys have even quoted things. They say all heroes remain in the grave. Wise people stay alive. So you're staying alive. Why? To get money from Buhari. What if I'm on the right side of the history and you're on the wrong side of history? What would you think is going to happen if I'm on the right side of history and you're on the wrong side? Because the wrong side means that most possibly you may not get out of that country alive. I'm a thing of shame, right? In Akwa Ibom State. From that text you sent to me. Because I've gotten involved with the people who are marginalized. Because I've gotten involved with people who have been killed. Bloodshed has been shed. Akwa Ibom doesn't want to identify with IPOB. Akwa Ibom doesn't want to identify with Biafra. Because the secret is keep peace and chop your money from government. Government will never turn on Akwa Ibom as long as they're humble and subservient servants of Oga. The Oga spirit has not left you guys up till today. You guys answered Oga in Lagos as gate men and cooks. That spirit has been transferred into politics. As long as you sit down and kneel down for the presidency, nothing will happen to you. Are you sure? What if God stayed in heaven and he said he wanted to show you what has happened in other countries? Because you guys have this sense of invincibility, that what has happened in other places cannot happen there. You think that the wars of attrition cannot happen there, the wars of religion? What if a jihad begins? You think a jihad will identify that these are Akwa Ibomites? What if a jihad starts? Because that's why these people are here. You think they will identify and say you are Akwa Ibomites who are loyal to the jihad master, the Fulani pig? For how long will Nigeria sit down and say, well, you know what? It no concern us. But you don't have light. You don't have water. Ibom power plant was not allowed to operate by the same Fulani Haza hegemony. After you built a whole power plant worth billions of dollars, you're not allowed to operate it, so you may not have your own electricity. Everything about you has been monitored. A lot of things you wanted to do has been blocked. From the oil refineries you wanted to build for yourselves to everything. Because of the Hazaf, and then you still say, I'm stupid because I came out in the open and declared that I'm from Biafra. Do you know how many people in Akwa Ibom State have declared for Biafra secretly? That I'm now a thing of shame. Secretly. They are sending money in. They are helping. Do you know? What do you even know? Oh, I'm a thing of shame because I declared myself for Biafra. Life is so hard. How many people will inbox me saying they want rent? Women in their 40s. Women in their 40s. Men in their 40s begging for money. And me, I say that it is not right that things should be so, and I'm a thing of shame. People, Nigeria is still a place. In this day and age, we're still talking visa. United Arab Emirates, more than 200 countries without visa, their passport. The Japanese passport, more than 200 countries without visa. Visa is being phased out. It's a thing of the past. But Nigeria is still a place where we're talking visa. The Nigerian passport cannot earn you any free entry into any country. Countries are now being rated according to how their passports can take you into a country without even using a visa. We are still the ones going to church to do testimony that we got a visa to go to Mozambique. We're still the people, Akwa Ibom people, that go to church to do testimony. We're still doing testimony that we bought a car. We're still doing testimony at this day and age that you're able to find money to buy a ticket to go overseas. We're doing testimony on a lot of things that people are no more. People, that is, we're doing testimony on things that are the essentials of life. The essentials of life. And because I've declared that I don't want to be part of a system that has made us, reduce us to the point that we do testimony for peanuts. We do testimony for trash. We do testimony for things that are no more. In other parts of the world, nobody's doing testimony for any of these things. That is the thing that I'm being, people are now ashamed of me about in Akwa Ibom State. The greatest scam in the history of mankind. That a dollar is equal to 360 naira. A dollar is equal to 360 naira. Right? So therefore, if you wanted to put it down as a naira to naira equivalent, $0.0002 equals to 1 naira. 0.0002, less than 2 pennies. Less than 2 cents. 0.002 of a dollar equals to a naira. And that is the monetary equivalent by which they used to come and buy things from us, to take our oil and to take everything from us. And I declaring that I don't want to be part of a system where the rulers willfully do that. The rulers will, because there's no book of economics that supports the valuation of currency. There's no place in it is the greatest scam of the century. It is the greatest scam of the century. And Nigeria's currency is the most devalued currency in the whole of Africa. Because I say I don't want to be part of that system, I'm now a thing of shame. I say I don't want to be in a system where I have contemporaries who were my contemporaries. They can't have a job till today. I have people are graduating from Nigeria. Everybody's having the boom of opening up a school and taking money away from the people. But the people cannot find jobs. I say that system is wrong. I'm a thing of shame. I say that the looting of the currency of the people, the money, even as the money is not there, people are looting the money and coming and buying houses here in Houston, buying houses all over this country, buying houses all over the place. And then they come over here and go back home and tell the people to continue suffering. And they bring their children here to go to school. They bring their children to survive here and do everything. So because of that, I'm a thing of shame. China has stepped into Africa, stepped into Nigeria. The same products. Even the other day I was talking to a Nigerian. What we pay for our cell phones, what we pay for our services is the same Nigerians are paying. But they get 1/4 of the services. They get 1/4 of quality, 1/4 of value. They're being ripped off. They're being ripped off by China. They're being ripped off by the rest of the world. And we have a president who cannot speak English, who sits down there, and instead of him to think about fixing the poverty rate and fixing everything, he goes around rounding up all the Southerners and putting them in jail and putting all the Hausa men in positions of power. How do you deal with a moron who declares himself president and declares himself also the Minister of Petroleum at the same time? And because I've identified these things, I'm a thing of shame. Because as the average Akwa Ibom tradition entails, I should just keep quiet and make my money and be a big boy and walk around and shut up and allow things to flow the way they flow and act like I don't see what's going on. And even if it becomes $1 to 5,000 naira, I should still be producing money and throwing money around in people's burials and throwing money around in people's birthdays and just continue acting like everything is normal. As the money keeps on devaluating and going down, I keep on stealing more and more money and throwing it all over the place and using more and more and killing more and more people and sacrificing them and making money and pounding babies in the pistol and sleeping with boys homosexually as part of my rituals and everything, because I'm not doing the big boy game. So therefore I'm a thing of shame because I declared myself for Biafra. So be it. I would rather be a Biafran to be any of those things I've mentioned. And I am proud of myself that I've never touched Nigeria's money before. And I'm proud of myself that I didn't bend over for any man to push anything into my body because I wanted money. And I'm proud of myself that I've not taken a brand new baby and pounding a pistol for money. And I'm proud of myself that I didn't fly women into a place and then when the flight was to go back, they can't find one or two of them anymore. And I'm proud of myself that I've never been involved in Yahoo in my life. I am proud of myself I've not gone around killing anybody to make money. I am proud of myself that I am associated with Nnamdi Kanu, a man who sacrificed his own life in London for people. I am a freedom fighter. Get used to it.